It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
With the Diesel and the Jet, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight we'll see the Miami Heat playing against the Toronto Raptors. Checking out Toronto, this is their first time playing this squad so far this season. Last year, they had a winning record against them, going 2-1. And guys, still some time left till tip-off. Let's talk scoring. Kenny, how did you look to establish yourself at that end of the floor, and when did you know you were in for a big night?
Well, for me, it was just about getting the basketball in the right areas of the floor, either off the dribble or off the pass. So if I knew if I got to certain areas of the floor, I was going to be able to score and have a big night. The defense tried to dictate that, but you have to try to dictate it and overpower that mentally.
Well, I wanted to go out and average 28-10. So 28 divided by 4 quarters, 7 points a quarter. My goal was to be on the attack, try to get to the rim every time, hit as many free throws as I could. If I had double digits after the first quarter, it's over. The Diesel will come. It smells blood.
So just 7 points a quarter. That's all you were looking for.
Yes.
And how many rebounds per quarter were you looking for?
4.
Yeah, but that gives you 16 rebounds instead of 10.
I smell blood, Ernie.
I'm going to change the subject. That's it
up.
for now. Thanks for tuning in.
Shack it up.
Leave me
Shack
alone.
it up.
Hands off. Kenny, help.
Help!
Starting at point, 6'0", number 7, Kyle Lowry. Number 1, Chris Bosh. The big man, at 6'9", number 13, the closer. At the other guard, 6 feet 7 inches, number 22, Jimmy Butler. Eric Spoelstra is your head coach.
It's Eastern Conference time for the traveling Toronto Raptors today. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. They're just off a road trip, and the Heat are looking to settle back in here at home. So important to get off on the right foot. New year, new season. These guys have done it.
And right now for Miami, it's got to be one of the feel-good stories of this NBA season. Not many people were talking about them coming into the start of the year.
Tell you what, they're talking about them now. Everything is falling into place for them so perfectly.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Roy Hibbert is out there with P. Then there's Champ. Then there's Dragic. And it's Carroll in at the 3 spot.
And for Kyle Lowry, a guy who just has an unbelievable nose for the basketball, the triple-double comes naturally to him now. Top 10 in the league the past 2 seasons. In his short time with the Raptors, he's already their career leader in that category.
Shots good from Butler.
Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
Last outing for Toronto, they won that game against the Magic.
And were able to overcome what was a really poor shooting night. And you're not going to be able to win with a percentage as low as theirs that often unless you defend.
No style points earned for sure, Greg, in that game. But they did hit the big shots when they needed them. And oftentimes it's not what you do as much as when you do it.
Toronto on defense. This, of course, their first chance to play Miami this season.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
Yeah, and very tough to beat when they're playing up to their capabilities. That's why they're one of the top teams in the league.
And so here's Toronto. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. A shot by Lowry. Wide open. Had the space there, but it's offline. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Passes it to Champ. No luck. Excellent D from Wade.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Lowry dishes to Bosh. Wade has the open look. Miami no good on that time either. Looking at Miami, they took their win in their last game against the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah, the confidence just exuding in that performance on the offensive end. I mean, really illustrates how this team clicks when guys are communicating and executing as a cohesive unit.
Yeah, roadkill is hard to get in this league. I mean, to be a great NBA team, you've got to be able to have that kind of performance on the road. Focused, purposeful, and productive. Really solid.
The Raptors have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Here's Champ. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Magic in Orlando.
And also, his assist total tells you about the job he did of keeping his head up and keeping his teammates involved.
The closer, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
That was a smart pass by Wade that time.
Raptors trail by 3. Rockets the pass to Champ. He feeds it to Carroll. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
How about the concentration? He gets hit but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
One shot. One shot.
And it's tied up with that one. Well, I'm sure you guys have heard this, that the nickname that has been given to DeMar Carroll, the Junkyard Dog, I think it's apropos. Kid drafted out of Missouri back in the 2009 draft.
Yeah, and he actually had to show perseverance to hang around as he bounced around a bit. I think he's found a home now.
The Raptors have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Eric Spoelstra. And what'd you find out, Doris?
They'll be up against one of the true giants of the league in Roy Hibbert. And he talked about how impressed he is with Hibbert's dedication to improving his game, saying he's gotten better year after year. And now is one of the guys you have to account for, really at both ends of the floor. Defensively, you've got to get low and try to root him out of the paint. And then on offense, we'll probably look to put him in pick and rolls to test his mobility. Seems like a smart strategy, guys. We'll see how they do.
And thank you, Doris.
And Carroll, an energy player who's developed a reliable three-point stroke. I mean, he can also hurt you in transition He's got terrific size and athleticism, and he also really knows how to play without the basketball.
He passes to Hibbert. Just 5 to shoot. No good. And it's Miami the other way.
And Carroll, by advanced stats, one of the most productive small forwards in our league. I mean, one thing I like, even as he's developed into a three-point threat, he still has an instinct for cutting to the rim off the ball when his defender turns his head. I mean, one of the things I think that allows his team to be so good is his understanding of how to play the game.
Here's Dragic, following the basket by Chris Bosh. There's the pass to Champ. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Champ's got his first points in this one. He'd have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. Lowry kicks to Wade. And Hibbert with the block. Back to Lowry for 3. Toronto grabs the miss. And here's Carroll. He's got 6. Feeds it to Hibbert. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
No way to mess that one up, Kevin. I mean, he powered it down with both hands.
Not this guy. He is a superb finisher.
And when he gets near the hoop, guys, he is a tour de force.
Here we go, one-on-one. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. And one of Goran Dragic's greatest traits, Greg, excelling in the open court. High energy point guard, a lot like you, speed to burn, very smart guy, coveted by many.
He really is. And Kevin, he transitions from defense to offense as quickly as anyone in the league, a la Tony Parker, except he's also equally adept at facilitating for others and spotting up for the 3, or just taking it to the rack himself.
Luol Deng is checked in for Butler. And Toronto also making a switch. Luis Scola, he's checked in for Roy Hibbert. Here's Lowry. He had 19 points in the win against Indiana.
And also, he competed on the backboards. That also had a lot to do with the game.
Now, here is Lowry, inside. Here's Bosh. And that one hits back iron.
And, you know, back to Goran Dragic, many of his transition opportunities start with his aggressive defense. Very active with his hands, has the instincts to jump passing lanes, the long arms, to pick off passes. Suddenly, when he gets a steal, he's off and running.
And Toronto has possession following the miss by Chris Bosh. And it's Lowry with the rebound. On the wing, Deng. Three-pointer. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got assist number 5 here tonight. Toronto trailing.
And talking about Goran Dragic, the one thing he has to be careful with is being over-aggressive on deep. Reaching for steals makes you susceptible to blow-bys and escape dribbles, and that can lead to uncontested layups and dunks for your opponent.
For Miami, they've gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Lowry kicks to Wade. Can't get it to go. And Toronto will come the other way. Scola passes to Champ. Baseline try, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact
there. And the Raptors have been talking about changing things up in the logo department for a while. Finally, we get a chance to see the new logo this season.
First one falls for him. As you said, the Raptors with the new logo this year, Greg. Good-looking change, too, I think, Clark.
Yeah, I think it's subtle enough to not lose the continuity, but still feel fresh and new. I like that. That's a nice job of balancing the old with freshening up for the new.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Whiteside's checked in for the closer, and it's Stoudemire in for Chris Bosh. Well, Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year, and as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Three-pointer, Wade, and he gets it to go. Wade's got it all tied up now for Miami.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
That's 2 in a row, and we call that a streak.
You know, guys, for the greater part of last season, it appeared as though the Heat were playoff bound. Even with the players they lost, most figured they would be playing postseason basketball.
Now, here's Joseph. Johnson, a wide open look. They get it back. Patterson passes to Champ. Good chance here for Johnson. The good-looking shot from the wing. And the Raptors lead by 2.
And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case.
Here's Wade, coming off a solid outing against Indiana. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. We'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
And one reason why the Heat did come up short in their playoff aspirations, they were very poor against other teams in the playoffs. So only went 15-31 against teams that had made it into the postseason last year.
One shot, gentlemen.
Boy, once again, the Raptors were able to put forth a really strong year. You know, the national media recognized it, and the Raptors picked up more and more of the spotlight marquee games as a result.
Now, here's Joseph. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Scola passes to Champ. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. Let's take a moment to look at the 2K leaderboard and see last year's high-scoring teams. In fourth, the Raptors.
I just loved how this team attacked their opponents. You could see their confidence grow as the year went on, and the points really started to pile up.
Now, here's Joseph. Patterson a screen on Lowry. Joseph dishes to Scola. Pass to Patterson. The feed to Johnson. Back to Patterson. Fires the three. Here's Scola. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. And the Raptors lead by 1. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Now here's Scola. Champ. A three-pointer, no good.
Even though he isn't having the best of game from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Again, the miss by the Heat. Toronto's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Screen by Scola. There's the screen. Fires from the line. Miami grabs the miss.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone. Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
There's a minute 34 left in the first quarter of the game. Joseph, the pass to Champ. Scola, a screen on Wade. Looking to get back on track here. And the rejection by Stoudemire. And now it's Lowry running. Here we go, all the way if he can.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist number. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Heat.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
One shot, gentlemen.
Free throw drops for Kyle Lowry. A lot's been made of the Heat fans in the past for walking out during the finals game where they looked to be out of it. But credit, you know, the Miami Heat fans, Greg, with last year sticking with this team.
Yeah, and in all fairness, I would have walked out as well because I thought it was over. But with LeBron out of town, a lot of Heat fans could have jumped off the bandwagon. But you know what? They stayed with it. So although the weather is fair, the fans are not.
Oh, well said.
Thank you.
And, you know, for the Heat, despite the struggles, they still sold out every game here last season. They were among the top teams in the league in total attendance.
Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for the Heat.
One shot. Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And really, they showed up in force, even as the Heat fell to the back of the pack. The Heat only 20-21 last year at American Airlines Arena, but the fans love them all the same.
And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
And a moment now to check out the numbers for Lowry. A very nice season for him last year. Averaged 17 points a game, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, and anytime this club needs a bucket, he's their go-to. Just irrepressible and a prolific scorer.
Toronto trailer. Johnson kicks to Joseph. From deep. Here's Scola. Can't hit. Excellent D there from Stoudemire. Miami's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Right side, Butler. Outside, Lowry. Just 5 on the clock. Shot from 12. And it's Butler missing. Here's Champ. Gets it off. And forward James Johnson battled his way back into the league after some stints abroad. He talked about his approach to the game. That's exactly the kind of hard-nosed, old-school attitude that coaches just love.
Kevin, and so do his teammates. I mean, a guy like that brings out the best in everybody on that team. They just kind of feed off of his effort and desire.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've been seeing from the Heat, guys.
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
So the Raptors 5 right now. Dragic is out there with Corey Joseph. Then it's Damari Carroll. Then it's P, and it's Hibbert in at the 5. Now here's Butler. He picked up 18 points in their last win against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Now Lowry over Hibbert. Shot clock at 6. No shortage of drama here early on.
Well, neither team can grasp control of this thing. I mean, both teams trying to get a hold of it.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
And who has been a greater enigma than Roy Hibbert, a guy who can look like an all-star Clark one game and an undrafted free agent the next?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing the kind of swings Roy has had. He's been really good at times. Sometimes he gets in his own way with overthinking things, but I think he's got everything he needs to be an upper-tier center, upper echelon center. Just has lacked consistency the last year or two.
Miami trailing. Lowry kicks to Bosch. Toronto grabs the miss. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Joseph with the ball. Lowry picks him up. Again, Toronto.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
He'd have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Outside Butler. There's a screen. Passes it to the closer. And the layup's good off the glass. The closer's got 6 points.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Joseph dishes to Hibbert. Dragic with a screen for Hibbert. The pass to Pete. From deep. Miami grabs the miss. The closer's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Tucker, the pass to Butler. To the paint. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Wash kicks to Butler. And they double up Butler. The shot by Lowry. They grab their own miss. And that one's good. And it's 8 points for the closer.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
The Raptors have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. P passes to Dragic. Hibbert kicks to Joseph. Off target from outside. The Heat with the lead. Outside Lowry. Dishes it to Butler. Hibbert pulls it in.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And it was a very public falling out between Goran Dragic and the Suns front office. That was a real tense few weeks there before ultimately he was traded.
And, of course, Dragic was traded to Miami last season, said he felt betrayed by the Suns front office, which spurred him wanting out of Phoenix and to South Florida.
Yeah, you know what? We'll never know the whole truth about that situation, but Dragic said they told him one thing with personnel and did something else.
Free throw drops for Goran Dragic. The Heat making a switch here. Wade's checked in. He makes 1 of 2 that time.
Well, you know, you look at the Raptors, and they improved in a number of ways last season, but their bench play was one of their bigger improvements. I mean, they had one of the weaker benches in the league in 2014, but they flipped that around last year.
Now, here's Joseph. Kicks to Carroll. Stolen by Wade. Tucker with the ball. Right wing. Wade, right side. The shot is off. And Toronto will come the other way. Greg, one thing about the Raptors last year, they made the moves they needed to in order to be sure to fix their bench, strengthen their bench. It showed on paper and in person.
Yeah, credit their front office. In 2014, they had a bottom 5 bench in terms of scoring. Last season, they flipped that, became a top 5 bench in terms of that scoring, and even had the 6th man of the year leading the way.
Lou Williams. Now, here's Lowry after Dwayne Wade's miss. And good on the basket. Hook it. And that's now 10 points for the closer.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
P. He's covered by Bosch. And then Hibbert with the dunk.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
For Miami, they've gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Here's the closer. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Been a solid outing for the closer. He's got 10 points, and he's getting it done on the glass, too.
You're right, Clark. He's done some real nice work on the inside.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. And he can't get the first one. He hits the second from the line. Well, you look back at the 2015 Heat, and the injuries are what probably brought that team down. We can go from Chris Bosh with the debilitating blood clot on his lung and on and on and on. The loss, of course, which was not an injury, of LeBron James. There are a lot of moving parts with that team.
And that's a great point, Kevin. If you take any star off of teams, things are going to get difficult. It was impressive that the Heat still managed to stay competitive once Bosh went out.
And the foul on Pete. That's his first foul. It's a neck-and-neck game here in Miami.
You know, Bosh was the big injury hit for the Heat, but they had a lot of other injuries as well. I mean, had to use 31 different starting lineups last season, and 20 different players started at least one game.
And the foul on the closer. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Toronto's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second.
And injuries are something that you can't plan for, but you can prepare for them. And hopefully the Heat can avoid injury woes this season. If they can, they at least have players who have been through that struggle last year.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Raptors?
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
You know, they've also shown some real tenacity here early on tonight, and it's paid off with a lot of second chance points.
The Heat making a switch here. Deng's checked in. Here's Lowry. Lowry drawing the double team. Bosh passes to the closer. Basket is good. The assist from Bosh. The closer's got it all tied up now for the Heat. Toronto calls timeout. Well, a scary moment for Chris Bosh last year. He had to be shut down, Greg, as we all know, for the season after a blood clot was found in his lung.
You know, and Kevin, it really puts basketball in perspective. I mean, it happened right after the trade deadline, and obviously a huge blow to the Heat in terms of their push for the postseason. But fortunately, it looks like he's going to make a full recovery and have a huge impact this season.
Whiteside's checked in for Miami. Champs checked in for Toronto. The Raptors have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Johnson goes in, and Luol Deng gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
and now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Luis Scola, he's checked in for the Raptors. Outside Dragic. Back to Scola. Raptors moving the ball around. Just 5 on the clock. And that one's good. Champ's got the lead up to 3 now for the Raptors.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Deng kicks to Bosch. Shoots from the baseline. Can't get it to go. And Toronto will come the other way. And here's Dragic. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the Magic in Orlando. Scola inside. He's covered by Deng. Can't hit the turnaround jumper. The Heat shooting from the field. 44%, not bad. To the paint. Here's Bosch. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Wade's got 3 assists now in this one. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Hibbert with a screen on Lowry. Dragic kicks to Hibbert. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Now here is Lowry. Clock at 6. Lets it go from 14. Great tee that time from Hibbert.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Hibbert with the screen. There's Dragic with the 3. Miami grabs the miss. Lowry's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Wade dishes to Bosch. He had a nice open look right there. Bosch has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Johnson against Deng. Down low. The 9-foot shot. It's hauled in by the Heat. Right side Bosch. The 19-footer is on the money. Bosch has got 14 points.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Well, it's interesting. The defense continues to back off, expecting them to attack the rack, but they just continue to pull up and knock down those mid-range jumpers.
Amari Stoudemire. He's checked in for Chris Bosch. And Toronto also making a switch. Patterson's checked in. The Raptors have gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Here's Champ. He's got 12. Scola, a screen on Wade. The dish to Scola. Shoots from 12. Connects. The jumper drops. Scola's got his 3rd basket of the night. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck. How about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
That's not the visual I was looking for right now, but there have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
Here's Dragic. After the made shot from Kyle Lowry. Dragic the pass to Champ. That's it, coming off an assist from Dragic. 14 points for Champ.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way. Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, impressive effort from both on the backcourt. The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Wade drives in. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And Dwayne Wade, as we know, one of the best in the business at blocking shots from that off-guard position. Hard to think of a guard who has had as many swats as Dwayne Wade in the past couple decades. One of the best ever.
And that one misses. Greg, you're talking about Wade on the blocks. Last season, he climbed up to 6th all-time in blocks, Clark, by an NBA guard.
Amazing. Actually has the most blocks of any player who is his height or shorter in NBA history. Even with his explosiveness waning, his timing and savvy allow him to still be effective blocking shots.
And for Wade, we often talk about his physical state. But what about the mental toughness? Here's a guy who's been playing in some kind of pain every game for the past few years, but he just keeps churning the butter, not wanting to let his team down.
And here is Stoudemire after the three-pointer from Goran Dragic. Whiteside kicks to Stoudemire. The shot by Butler, nobody around. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Greg, you brought up the topic of Wade. He's had a chance to make several tough mental adjustments throughout his career.
Well, he's always been a guy willing to alter his game for the good of the team. That's why he's got those championship rings, Kevin. You've got to be flexible, not just talented.
Yeah, when Shaq comes in and joins him, then he had to change away when LeBron came into play.
Great credit to him.
Yeah.
Great credit to him.
Very admirable. Now here's Butler. And they double up Butler. Wade outside. Yes, it's good. Good for basket number 4. He's now 4 for 10.
And that's what you like to see right there. A solid move to give himself some room and take it inside.
Dragic's the pass to Champ. Screen by Scola. Here's Champ. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Here's Dang. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. It's the Raptors up 2. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, I'm with Eric Spoelstra, and obviously, Coach, some great work tonight on the defensive side of the ball. How does the team's defense play into your offense?
It just energizes us. We have an ignitable group, and that's how we play. So we have to continue to stay the course and try to keep them off the two-point line as best as we can.
Eric, thank you. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hope you've been enjoying the excitement so far. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, quite simply, their bench showed up tonight. And when I say showed up, I'm talking about on the offensive end because they were scoring in bunches. Now, you want your reserves to just at least come in and hold the fort, but they did way more than that tonight.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Heat?
Their transition game was really strong. It really fueled them, gave them a big injection of energy into their offense. If they can maintain that fast style in the second half, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is just about to get started. Now back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We will see you later.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumped.